What's up, superstars? Welcome back to Crypto Cornucopia, where you come for the latest crypto news, education, and a path to prosperity. I've done over 2,000 hours of research in crypto, and I'm here for you to prosper. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment below. I want to know what you want to learn. All right, let's get right into it. Bitcoin was down at 60K over the weekend and has bounced back up to 63. So apparently, when it dips down to 60, people like that price. This is bullish news. Daily sentiment is at 52, which is neutral. Ethereum's at 51, which is neutral. Hottest on Twitter are the graph curve near KuCoin shares, Redcoin, Parsec, Thorchain, and Decentraland. Decentraland is a metaverse where you have your own avatar and you can walk around the world. People are advertising there, they're buying lands. It's actually pretty amazing. So it's a good project to look at. Going to the charts on Market Rebellion, you can see that Bitcoin was at actually a red 2, which is usually negative. But as I said, it got bought up right down here around 60K and pumped right back up. Now, if you get a green 2, that's even more bullish and positive than red 2 is negative. So if we get these are daily charts, by the way, if we get a green 2 tomorrow, looking real good for this week. We'll see how it ends up. All right, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about the Bitcoin cycle, and I thought that it was a good idea to put a nice big wheel because we go up, we go down. It's in cycles. Right now, we're on the way up, and it's looking really good. And we're going to talk about why. Take a look at these weekly headlines from Coin Bureau. China FUD turns to FOMO. Why? Because China is now asking for public input about their recent current mining ban. And Evergrande was able to pay their bills. So that is something that the crypto market was worried about, the domino effect of if Evergrande went down, then would it take the rest of the markets with it? But they're back on their payments. And why is all of a sudden the China government asking the people who, let's face it, they usually don't care about the people, they're asking their opinion on the matter? All right, inflation in every nation. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey declares hyperinflation imminent in the United States, while JP Morgan pins Bitcoin's rise on inflation highs. So everybody in the government has been saying that inflation is transitory, that it's just passing through, it's not a big deal. But now people are starting to speak up about it. And Jack Dorsey is obviously huge. People listen to him, and he's saying that hyperinflation, not just regular inflation, is imminent. And on top of that, JP Morgan is saying that people are moving towards Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to hedge against that inflation of this US dollar. Okay, so this is huge news. Walmart was quietly putting Bitcoin into all of its stores over the weekend. So accelerated adoption, and Walmart begins rolling out its first Bitcoin ATMs. PIMCO plans to buy more crypto, and Spanish banks prepare to offer crypto custody services. So this is mass adoption. This is happening. People are moving more and more towards this narrative that I keep talking about is happening. It's coming to fruition. So if you're not in the market, you need to dip your feet into it. You need to start moving towards crypto because this is where everything is heading. Bitcoin ETFs, 2 ETFs have already launched. How many more to go? Bitcoin futures ETFs take the stock market by storm, but institutions and individuals want something more. So essentially what's happening is institutions are asking for something more than just a futures-backed ETF. They are pushing for it. And I watched a great video, YouTube, and one of the representatives from Shark Tank came on and said he knows for a fact that institutions are sitting, waiting on the sidelines. And I heard this from CryptosRUs as well. He thinks that when Bitcoin reaches 100,000, 100K, that's when people are going to feel more comfortable with it. There's more stability. So I've always thought when this particular market peaks, it's going to be around 90 or 100K. These two different points of view are coming out and saying that no, this is when bigger entities, institutions are going to start playing the game. But on top of that, they need to wait for regulation. So that's why all these people are pushing for a real ETF, a actual Bitcoin backed ETF option. They call it a spot ETF. So when the ETF is launched, that means that the entity actually has to buy Bitcoin, and that's when more people are going to be getting into it. So as you can see, the narratives are getting louder and louder, if you will. All right, so this is talking more about inflation is real, and companies are realizing it. All right, so cash and short-term investments on corporate balance sheets globally are at an all-time high of 6.84 trillion. So these companies are holding dollars, and people are coming out and saying, listen, inflation is real, hyperinflation is a possibility, and these companies are getting nervous that the dollars that they're holding on their bank sheets in their company, they are not going to be worth as much. So they want to put it somewhere. So they're pushing the government to move into better regulations for crypto. So corporations are swapping debt for cash with a large negative real yield. Over the long term, cash is a liability and Bitcoin is an asset. And this is a real narrative happening. All right, so U.S. inflation surges to another record. This is just proof that things are happening. You've seen it. You go into the stores, everything costs more, specifically meat. All right, this is from Michael Saylor. There are approximately 218,000 financial advisors in the United States managing assets in excess of 110 trillion. And as of this week, they can allocate client assets to Bitcoin via ETFs, which integrate with their business model and information system. So what he's pointing out is that there is $100 trillion out there, and even though they're just future-backed ETFs, they have the option to get into it. So more money's moving into the crypto market. And this is something that's kind of off of that narrative, but the point is that there's mass adoption. So Reddit is doing an ETF NFT platform, and Reddit is a huge entity that has a lot of people following it. You've heard the meme stocks, and you've seen Doge and Shiba Inu have pumped up, and it's because of Reddit. It's the people that are in it that read it. So they're getting into this, and now that they are integrating into crypto and creating NFTs, that means that all the people that subscribe to them and read it, they're going to be exposed to it as well if they haven't already. All right, I'm going to finish up with Luna. Now, I did not put Luna in my trading series, although I hold some. But this is Crown off of the LEO trades. It seems like an excellent trader, and I've been watching him. He obviously knows what he's talking about because a lot of his calls are correct. He's saying the super bullish prediction Luna could hit $200 plus in 30 days. Essentially, what he's saying is that the trend, the volatility, and the momentum. Okay, the trend is up, the volatility is up, and the momentum is now going up. So when these three things are in upward movement, usually there is an explosive action. And the same thing, what he was saying was that the same thing has happened over here. Okay, so this was at $6 and it went up to 42 within the matter of about 30 days. So he's saying the same indicators are coming right now for Luna, And the other thing that's happening is in about a week or so, they're actually burning 10% of the entire supply of Luna. So if the way the market cap is, if you have a supply and you have a price, then you have the entire market. If you reduce the amount of supply, then the overall price is going to go up. So with every indicator that's showing right now, he thinks that it's going to go up by a significant amount. I personally think that's going to be going around up to around $100, but this is all speculation. But I went in with that. I think Luna is an excellent protocol, and I think it's going to be doing very well. So if you could DCA dollar cost average into that, I think it's an excellent option. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.